Right, let's have a look at what we got then. Bracket, more brackets, pipes. Okay, no. Springs, gaskets. They give you a spring puller, look. Black Widow. If you haven't got a spring puller, obviously it is a lot fucking easier. You can use long nose pliers or whatever you want, but fair dues, Black Widow, pop one in. Make sure you take them stickers off before you start the fucking exhaust, because otherwise they'll melt off. But yeah, I mean, quality of weld, superb. That's nice. Matte finish. So let's have a look then. This is everything that comes in the box. You've got your link pipe. Just looking at, again, just to have a look at the welds, just to show you. I think they're great. Honestly, I think they're really good. This particular setup comes with the O2 sensor ready to go. Header pipes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Another link pipe and can, and then obviously all the ancillary equipment as well. And for anybody wanting to order from Black Widow, I can assure you the quality of these exhausts is superb, and that's a heavy end can as well. So I just want to do it from start to finish, really. I do like to plug Black Widow because I just love the quality. So, and obviously appreciate Black Widow and Chelsea for sending me the exhaust, and the team. It's been such a long time since I've had this exhaust. Other videos that I've seen of this, there are a couple out there. They remove the tank. I'm not going to remove the tank. I'm a great believer in, and I'm not dissing other people for doing it, but I am a great believer in doing things that without sort of like the least path of friction, if you like. You don't need to take the tank off. So without further ado, let's make a start. Three bolts, one over the other side, and then one inside there at the bottom there. This piece here will have to come off, and because it's underneath this bit, you need to take this top piece off here as well, I would think. This part of the fairing here, that needs to be pushed in that direction there. Just be careful with that, that's all. Just something to be aware of, because it's got to be pushed in that direction. You don't want to snap anything. So just to show you on this fairing, you've got the one on the top there, which is a 5mm. You've then got to pop out that on the top, and then on the underside down there you've got like a screwed one. And that's it. 1, 2 and 3. That one there doesn't need to come off. That doesn't need to come off because that's just holding the back piece of the fairing on. So basically it's just one on the bottom of the radiator down there, one that pops in there, and then this one. You can see how dusty that is. The rest of my bike is blipping gleaming, but yeah, that's minging. So that's the piece I've taken off. I don't think I need to get the tank off. I think we can do it without. Want to take off this piece here. So we'll do that now. And then this piece, basically just one bolt at the top, and then literally some Velcro, strong Velcro tabs on the back, and it pops out there. Just watch that tab there because it needs to come backwards. So on the tank, it goes there, and then some Velcro, and then it pops in there, and in that area there. Fucking filthy. The older you get, the more they hurt. You can't get a socket in this side, so this is what I could do with a ratchet spanner. So it is loose. It's loose now, but we've got some ties that we need to snip. Looks like a little clip. There's a little clip in there. You can see in there, there's like a little clip holding there. So there's like a little nut on top there. The wires. After a million hours, the bracket is finally loose. So you've got bolt and on there, but probably easier with the tank off. But I'm a twat, and I just didn't listen, and I've dropped the bolt in there, which is not fucking ideal. The other cable. That's it. Let me just take that off. That's it. Just like a spring return for the cables. There we go, cables are out. So the motor now can right, so it's very, very fucking difficult to get it out, but basically for anyone that attempts this, it has to come out, so there's your wire, has to come out that way, like that, and slide down in there like that. Always start a new video with a beer if you can. This one is a Lidl special. Super Bock Portuguese lager that apparently has won lots of medals. So you just got this as your motor. That's up tucked up behind here, which we'll have a look at now and unplug. There we go. I just popped out that little clip which was behind there in that hole. So didn't have to take this off, to be fair, but you do have to slacken it. And there we are. We've got the connections there and there, and we can undo them and put our little eliminator in. Someone's having fun today. Oh my god, how tight are these? Fucking hell. Oh dear. To give you an idea of size, what's the size of it? Because I did pull that one out as well, by the way, which is just underneath the battery housing, just so I could bring it up. So make sure to plug that back in. Let's pop him down. That's it. So it does come with like a sticky back on it, which I'm gonna stick on anyway, even though it's a round bar. It ain't going to work, but you can see where it is. I'm going to put it there, and then I'm going to cable tie over it as well, so it's out the way. Honestly, even these are like the smallest cable ties in the world. And you will guaranteed you'll cut yourself doing this job, 100%. There we go. Fucking plastics on bikes are fucking shit. The tabs are shit. Everything wants to break. So just going to undo the bottom of the radiator. Especially getting hands in, I've noticed everything on this bike is really compact. So we're getting there. It's the first 1, 2, 3 undone, and now I'll go around the other side. Header bolts all removed. I'm not going to lie, it's very difficult to do even with the radiator undone, top and bottom. I put a piece of wood in there to pivot the radiator forward. The wood is not touching the fans, it's on the bottom. I'm not sure whether you can see. There you go. So the wood isn't touching the fans. There is a small gap. It is hinged on the bottom where the bolt goes in. So it's not touching the fins, because obviously the wood would, I think, damage the fins. It might not. Wood normally bends before metal, but they're very delicate, aren't they? So I just put that in just to bring it forward that little bit, because even with that, it's very difficult, even from the other side. And the reason it is, this is fine. These first 3 are okay. They're not too bad. So the next thing to do is the O2 sensor, which is underneath there. So we'll take that off, and then there's one more bolt further down. Right, last 2. So O2 sensor is off. I think that was a 17mm spanner. Then you've got underneath the chain, I think there's a 12mm bolt there. Sorry, nut. You've got a 12mm nut there. And then you've got one the other side as well.
The fortune lady told my mama before I saw the sun, said your boy's gonna love too hard and break more than one. You're gonna make sweet women laugh and cry, laugh and cry, laugh and cry, in a whole wide world. Laugh and cry, gonna ask him why. Laugh and cry, but you know where I'm torn. Everybody knows I'm torn. Yeah, you know
Let me show you. This bike is a 2022. I know that things get shitty down there, but you're fucking joking. It's either some very fucking salty roads it's been on before I had it, or that's normal. They're out. The fucking boxes. Jesus Christ, that's heavy. Honestly, that is fucking heavy. There we are, they're out. And as we always say at this point, that weighs a fuck ton. And to be fair, it fucking does. Honestly, I don't know what it weighs. I have to look it up. But what is it? Like, is it 10 kilos? Yeah, fucking hell easy. Yeah, anyway. They're out. So we'll just get the shit put away and move on to the next bit. Right, so here's the Black Widow kit, ready to go on. Bike is ready. I've just got to get the old gaskets out the headers, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 1 fits left hand side as if you're sat on top of the bike. 1, 2, 3, 4 going across the right. Make sure you don't tighten anything up overly tight until everything's like in position and you know what's what, in case you have to like reposition things. They're always a twat, these things, to put on and get them perfect, or how you like them at least. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 1 first, but first we've got to get them gaskets out of the headers. Right, this bit's going to be really difficult to film. So we got a bit of like white powder. When you take the headers off, you probably can't see that in there, but it's a little bit green, a little bit white, and on this one as well. And I've wiped it all off now, but it's like a white sort of powder. Now, some people will argue that's a little bit of oxidation between the stainless steel and the aluminium, between the two dissimilar metals, but it could be, but it's not on all ports. It's only on the middle two. But you know, it could be anything really. Road salt, heat cycles, just hot and cold, dissimilar metals maybe, a little bit of everything perhaps, but I've wiped it all off now. Anyway, so we'll get the new gaskets in. So these are loosely attached at the minute. You can still move them like so. They're just finger tight. I forgot to film because I'm lying on my back trying to get up and underneath because it's a ball ache and I'm getting old, so everything fucking hurts at the minute. But yeah, the gaskets that they give you with Black Widow are a lot thicker, at least twice as thick as these copper ones, which I know they'll crush up, but you've got to make sure they crush up enough, because actually it's very close in terms of where your header actually fits in. And I know they're crush gaskets before anyone says anything, but make sure that you do these up nice and tight and crush them down. And then once you've actually run the bike, let it run for like 5 minutes. Once you've fitted everything's tight, and then revisit these and see if you can torque them up a little bit more. So headers are on loosely. Not sure how well you can see. I use a little block of wood to make it easier. There's a little bit of give in the radiator to move it forward, providing you do it properly. But those are on, and yeah, I need to go and have a shower because I'm going out and I'm going to have a few beers and watch the football. So I'm leaving this here and that. So yeah, loosely fitted, ready to be tightened up with the rest of the gear. In terms of what's come off the bike, this is everything that you're taking off, or that you do take off. Servo cables, gasket, nuts and bolts, servo motor, ancillary equipment, bracket, N-can, and heinous piece of steel. I'm not even going to call it an exhaust, because it's fucking weighs a ton. But yeah, that's everything that comes off anyway. So just got to attach this first link pipe to 1 and 2. So fairly straightforward. Still got the radiator prized slightly forward. Headers are on. Not tight, you know, not loose, but not tight, if that makes any sense. And then we've got the 2 link pipes, one this side, one the other side, and they'll be labelled 1, 2, 3, and 4. You know, this one bends in slightly, this one's more straight, but they fit on really snug. A little bit of fiddling just to get them lined up and get them on. And then we've got the next pipe down the bottom here with the O2 sensor on, and that'll slide onto there. And then once they're all in position, I'll get the springs on. I just want to get this bottom pipe on now, and get it in the right spot before I start putting springs on. Okay, so that went on a lot easier than I thought, this pipe here, this link pipe, and it clamps up around the back of the bike, which I'll show you in a minute. And I haven't clamped it, I've just put it in position. Obviously I've not tightened anything up. Obviously I'm going to fit the springs now, join everything together. 1, 2, 3. 1, sorry, 2. 2 here, and then around the other side as well. And then there's plenty of room for the O2 sensor as well to fit in there. You can see that. But yeah, we'll get the springs on and see how it looks.
I'm gonna make you good, lead me by my hand, then the crowd gon' cry for the midnight man. Love and cry, love and cry. But you know I'm torn, everybody knows I'm torn. Yeah, you know I'm a midnight man, everybody knows I'm torn.
So at the back, this is the pipe as it comes up. Now there's this bracket here, which has got a little nut welded onto it. I think that goes down like that. I'm not overly sure, because I think there's a heat deflector, a black heat deflector, which I think goes down here. So I presume this bracket is part of that, but I'm not entirely sure at this moment in time. So this is all very loose at the minute. I'm just going to nip it up slightly and then see how the rest of this fits on at the back of the bike. Right, so just around this back end here, that heat deflector shield down there does attach down there onto that bracket at this point and at that point down there, so we'll sort that out in a minute because everything's still loose. I was a bit confused with where this attached at the back, because, well, there's only this foot peg holder and it didn't really look like there was anywhere for this to go, and I was beginning to wonder if they'd sent me the right thing, but who am I to doubt Black Widow? So there was this little bracket, and I was looking at this for ages, and I'll admit I was a bit foxed, and I was kind of like, well, you know, it's got a hole there, and maybe this foot peg needs to come out. And eventually I realised that actually it'll fit that way round, which will leave the position for the clamp.
Torn, oh baby, torn, midnight man, yeah.
Okay. Yep, so there's the rear view. It's not tight yet. It's not all lined up properly yet. But I want to show you where that bracket goes, and it goes there. Through the foot peg. Like so. This is a tidy job. Right, let's get it all tightened up. I'm just nipping these up. I'm not overly tightening them, but I just want it to stop moving. I'm not going to lie, but this is a bit tricky to get on. This little heat deflector fits down there on the bracket that they give you, all goes into the same. Obviously everything's loose at the minute, but and then it pins up here as well. I would say it was like dead easy to fit. It's a little bit fiddly, I'll be honest. Right, it's on. It's all tight. That deflector looks really nice down there. Apologies for the sun in the background, but I've got to have the shed open to turn it on. But we're all tight. Everything's looking good. Headers have been tightened up, and indeed it is now time for the moment of truth. And hopefully we won't get any errors or anything on the dash. Let's see. So nothing so far, but then it's not been started yet, so let's give it a listen. fucking hell. Gotta be honest, like, that is loud. That is fucking loud. And that's with the baffle in. So, holy shit. That sounds fucking awesome. I'm not going to take the baffle out here. Residential area, so we'll give it a go when we get on the road. But fuck me, Black Widow, you have absolutely excelled yourselves.